So I would love your feedback. So I had one of our viewers, asking me about dry manicures without using electric file because they have seen manicures done in the UK that are becoming quite popular and they are called British manicures. And she was wondering what I thought about it. So she said that she was pretty skilled, that her nails are in a good shape and she maintains them on a regular basis, so weekly. So she doesn't really have a lot of cuticle and she just does not want to mess with the cuticle removers. So it happens that I received some samples from very good quality manufacturer here in the EU. And I've been testing some of the tools because, as you probably know me by now, if you know me, I just love trying new things and I always want to better things. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the current tools, but I'm always on the lookout for good things. So one of the tools that I received is very similar actually to the tool that I already have in our kit, but this one is really sharp. And it is also a very high quality tool. So I tried this tool on my mom and I was not even planning on making the video, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to record it because I might just use it. And I actually did the whole video, I put it on Patreon. So this is like a very impromptu video. And my mom's nails were quite grown out. I was actually wondering if that was 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It was actually 3 weeks later on. I checked the date. And so she had 3 weeks worth of cuticle because the cuticle grows with the nail. So in case right now, if you're listening to this and you don't know my channel very well, it could be very confusing. So you're like, what is she talking about? So in the description box and in the comment section, I'm going to include a article written by Doug Schoon, who's a chemist who did a lot of research on the anatomy of the finger, really, on the cuticle and the skin around the nails and everything else. And he explained everything very, very well. And when you read this and when you really take your time to understand it, everything falls into place. Like it's going to be, I would say, life-changing for me, at least, because, this is my life. So I also will include a video on how I remove a cuticle currently, what I currently teach. So this is the easiest method. So now after you watch the video, let me know what you think, because I'm wondering if that tool would be helpful to some of you. I'm not saying to everyone. This is not something that I would recommend for everyone, but do you think that I should sell it? And it's not to replace the current tool. It would be something that I could offer to more experienced people or to even manicurists if you want to do a dry manicure, because there is a place for it, just like I was actually saying in this video. So what are the pros and what are the cons? Because nothing really in life is like all good or all bad. Everything has pros and cons. So understanding those will help you to make a decision. So cuticle removers, like for example, the Blue Cross that you see me use often, like the Sally Hansen, like the Orly Cutique, these are the three of my favorite cuticle removers. They work very fast, very well. And actually the new manicures, that one is also very good. I used it in my previous video. It's very good. So the cuticle removers are applied on the cuticle, so on the nail where the cuticle is, to soften the dead skin cells that are like stuck to the nail. So when you go to apply nail polish, you can apply it nice and neatly and the polish will stick nicely to the nail because it's not going to stick very well to the cuticle. But in order for those cuticle removers to work very well, they have to be very alkaline. And for them to work very fast, they have to be very alkaline. And because they're very alkaline, they can irritate skin if they're left on the skin for too long, or if they're left on the skin in general, and people sometimes forget to rinse them, to neutralize them. So if you have sensitive skin, this could be a problem. And also sometimes people say that after using the cuticle removers, their skin feels dry. It's not really dry, it's irritated. So be careful that you rinse the cuticle remover very well after the application and follow the instruction, because sometimes when someone is not working very fast, they might be leaving that cuticle remover on the skin for 5, 6, 10 minutes. And that could be irritating to the skin and could actually be also damaging the nail because it's softening the skin and it's going to eventually soften the nail as well. So again, pros and cons, but when they are used correctly and carefully, I think they are a very good tool. And for them, you really don't need very sharp tool because you don't want to be scraping that nail that is already soft, okay? So removing the cuticle without a cuticle remover, so removing it dry, if you don't have electric file, which I don't recommend it, it's an overkill for someone who is just doing their own manicures, is also an option if you have, for example, sensitive skin, or if you have very little cuticle and you want to be able to polish your nails right away. Because when you remove the cuticle with cuticle remover, so you're adding a lot of water on top of the nail because the main ingredient in cuticle removers is water, that nail is going to be very soft. So normally I recommend waiting about an hour or something before you polish the nails. I mean, it's not a disaster if you don't, but it's better for longer lasting nail polish to just wait for that nail to dry. So these would be the benefits. And of course that would be quicker, the removal without the cuticle remover, because you don't have to wait the 2 minutes for it to work, then rinse it and yada yada. Pros and cons. Definitely I would not recommend such a sharp tool if you are a beginner, but it could be helpful for some people. So here I'm asking you for your opinion. So now please see the video of me doing my mom's nails doing a dry manicure without using electric file. So I really am curious on what you think after watching this video, and I would love to hear your feedback. So please let me know in the comment section what you think about this proposition or idea. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye. Okay, so I had one of our viewers ask me if I can show how to do a manicure without cuticle remover. So this is actually a good opportunity for me to show you. So for that, you need extremely sharp tool, which this is why I'm not a huge fan, because a lot of times when people are not extremely skilled, they don't know when to stop and they can really damage their nails. So this tool here that I have here that I'm testing as well is very sharp. And it works, as you can see. But I wouldn't recommend it if you're new to manicures, and I also wouldn't recommend it if the hands are not really in a good shape, or the skin around the nails is not in a very good shape. Because if there is a lot of cuticle, sometimes it's difficult to know what's what. So I don't know. Let me know, guys, if you think that selling such tool is a good idea. Because I don't know. So you see, this is where the polish was. So this is where the cuticle is. But it's barely visible here. So you have to have a good eye and really know what you're doing. So I'm keeping this tool flat, so I'm not digging in like this. I'm not sure if you can see. Okay, hold on, close up. I'm not doing this. Hold on, it's moving. I'm not doing this because this is very dangerous. I'm doing this. And this part is also very sharp. I mean, there's definitely room for this, but I would not recommend it if you're new. Or if your nails are in a bad shape, no. In that case, the regular cuticle remover would be a better idea. But in some cases, is this, you know, it all depends. It always depends. There is no one perfect tool for everybody or one perfect method for everybody.